Okay, let's talk about another one of these clowns that tries to get control of your emotions, your heart, and your body with the use of his fanciful words. This is the one I call the Fairy Godfather because he comes in, with a flash of magic, like he's gonna make all your dreams come true, alleviate all your problems, and just make your life peachy keen. Uh, this game is played a lot in the black community because there are so many single parents, and these guys know that you're overworked, overburdened, and most likely underfinanced, and struggling. So they will come in acting like they're going to position themselves to save you. And most black women have in their head that they're going to have this guy come in, right? He's going to be head of the household, and they're going to submit to him, and he's going to lead them to, the promised land and glory. You guys who have kids, and let me just throw this in here right now before I forget, you ladies who have children have to be especially vigilant about this kind of game, because not only do they come in and play it to try to get to you, they come in and play it to try to get access to your children because they're pedophiles. So you have to be very, very careful and make sure that you don't do anything that puts your children at risk because you're feeling kind of overwhelmed by the responsibility and obligations of running a household and being a parent all by yourself. Just really pay attention to that. But I'll go into that more in another video. But I want to just address that a little bit right now. So let's talk about this fairy godfather. First, let me tell you about a scenario that happened. Ooh, I don't even know how long ago this was. I used to live across the hall from this woman who had twin daughters. And, she was really struggling, and she actually was on AFDC at that time with the little girls were twins. And so we go to this club, we having a good time. I go out dancing and, having drinks and stuff, hobnobbing around. I come back to the table where we were, and there's this dude sitting in my chair, right? I have an attitude. I'm like, get the fuck up. So he gets up, and so she tells me, well, this is whatever, just say Fred. This is Fred, and he's gonna help me. I said, help you do what? I'm like, what? You talking moving? I mean, what you talking about? And she's like, he said he's gonna help me, with my bills and stuff. And I gave that clown a look. I don't even know what kind of expression I had, but he was so ashamed, he hung his head, right? I said, girl, please don't believe that. Well, why would he help you with your bills? You don't even know this fool. And she's like, well, that's what he said. So, I throw up my hands. I mean, this is a woman in her 30s, and, she got 2 kids. And, I mean, I'm not her mama. I'm not going to try to do anything about this. But sure enough, the dude comes home with her, spends the night, and then he's there, I think, the whole weekend, and then he bounced, and that was the end of that. So, she got caught up in the fairy godfather thing where the guy comes in and says, I like you, I'm catching feelings for you, I care about you, and I'm going to do this for you. Now, I'm not saying that he won't do it. What I'm saying is him saying that as his opening pitch is inappropriate. You should not be putting too much stock in what he says. You have to slow things down and make him prove it. Because my thing is, if he really did care about you, he's only going to know that after he spends time with you. He's not going to know that 5 minutes after meeting you. See, that's just the game. And you guys have to do better and not acting like you're so desperate for male attention and somebody to help you out. First of all, when you first meet a dude, there's no way he should know what your bills are. He shouldn't know anything about your financial situation. He shouldn't know how many children you have. He shouldn't know your children's ages. He shouldn't know where you live. He shouldn't know really anything about you other than their name and the fact that you like, rum and coke. I mean, that's about it. Because you have to slow these things down without letting these guys use all these words and get in your head and have you all caught up in some fanciful dreams that he just gaming on your head. He's using words to game on you. So what should you do? So you meet a guy, right? And he's pretty cool. I mean, you like him. He says he cares about you. What does that mean? It could mean that he likes you. It's somewhere between like and love, but you would only know that after a month or two. You know, if he comes in and he's saying that I care about you early on, you know that there's a game afoot, and you have to, um, get you have to get control of your emotions. Don't let yourself run away with his words. You will also hear this from guys who, say you have been dating him for a while, and you just feel like though you can never really quite pin him down. He likes you. His words say he likes you, but then he's flaky. He'll tell you how much you mean to him, but he won't take the relationship any further. He keeps you like on this string, on this yo-yo, and he basically doesn't really do anything to prove the words. There's nothing to back up what he's telling you. That's your major sign, and that's the sign that you should withdraw emotionally from this individual, because he's just playing with your feelings. A lot of you will come and say, well, what are we doing? Why are you acting like this? And you say you like me, why don't you, why can't we be a couple? So then he'll turn around and he'll hit you with the next part of the game. Well, I'm not really ready to be serious. I don't really want to date anybody. Okay, if he says that he doesn't really want to date anybody, that means he's not looking to be pinned down. He may feel confused. I'll give him that. There are some guys who really, it's not like they're really gaming on you intentionally, but the effect on you emotionally is exactly the same. So it really doesn't matter whether he has the intent or not. The bottom line is you're being hurt. And all I'm caring about in this situation is protecting you from being hurt. So whether he comes with it out of confusion or he comes with it out of a gaming mentality, the bottom line is exactly the same effect on your mind and your heart. You got me? So then he may hit you with this one. Well, I don't even know why you're tripping, because you're the only woman I even talk to. Okay, so what? I mean, is that supposed to make me feel better? A lot of you do, though. You take those words to mean something, like he's really on the path to granting your wish, being the fairy godfather of, moving in, being a father to your kids, being your husband. I mean, whatever. You take those little words and you run all around the world with it, because he says you're the only one he talks to. What, today? This week? This month? This morning? I mean, what does that mean? It don't mean shit. You guys got to ask more questions, and you got to really not even so much ask the questions. You got to watch what they do, because a man who, if you're really the only one he's talking to, and he really wants to be with you because he says he's feeling you like that, and he cares about you, you're going to know it because of what he does, how he treats you, how there he is for you. You're not going to really be having to look for him to help you to do stuff. He's going to be volunteering. He's going to be there to making sure that your needs are met and that you're not suffering for any reason. He'll go the extra mile for you. He may go all out of his way to do stuff for you to make sure that you're comfortable. He's going to be super affectionate. You won't have to say, how come you never hold my hand? How come you never sit close to me? How come you never talk to me? All those things, when a man says, I care about you, but you have to ask him for all those signs that he does, that means he doesn't. So you guys got to stop asking questions. Stop listening to what they say. Stop getting your emotions all attached to words that are not backed up by action. Because a man who really does care about you, he wants to see you happy. He wants the world to know that you're his lady. He's going to tell everybody. He's going to introduce you to everybody. You're not going to have any feelings of doubt or, write my advice column talking about how come he won't take me around his friends. He won't come around my family. He won't ever introduce me to any of his folks. And he says he's going to do stuff for me, but then he never does it. He says he's going to do this and that and be here and there with me, but then he flakes at the last minute. All those are signs that he's just a flake. He's just a gamer. And, he's got your feelings all wrapped up in the fairy godfather dreamland, where he's saying he's going to grant you all these wishes. He's saying he's going to be there in all these ways for you. He's saying he's going to do all this stuff for you. You get all caught up in the words, and then he don't do shit. Nothing. Leaves you hanging and just drops the ball repeatedly. Yet you continue to interact with him, continue to sleep with him, and continue to have him in your life. Why do you do that? That's the question you have to ask yourself. You see the fairy godfather ain't granting no wishes, nary a one. Why do you keep messing with him? So this, again, this is going to be a rather one of the shorter videos. It doesn't require a lot of time to go over this. I just want to put this in your head so when the guy comes on real strong like that, talking about all this stuff about what he gonna do and where y'all gonna go and what y'all gonna be doing in the future and all this old dream spinning that they do, but the nigga won't bust a grape in the present, then you just need to really think about what you're doing here and how you're setting yourself up. Because what you should be doing in a situation like that is A, making sure that you do not count on him for anything. B, making sure you do not sleep with him. C, making sure you do not get emotionally attached to a man who plays with your mind like that. And then D, make sure that you continue to date other people. Okay, because this is not the one. He ain't it. My name is Deborrah Cooper. I am the social researcher and advice columnist, blogger on survivingdating.com and askheartbeat.com. We're doing a series here. This is video number 10. I think I have about 10, 12 more to do to kind of get you guys up on the game of how to handle yourself with men who use words to manipulate your mind and heart. I'm trying to set out all the ways I can think of that they run these little simple games so that you guys can be prepared when you go out here into the dating world. There's nothing worse than being a sitting duck and just, setting yourself up and any children you have as well for disaster. All right? I'll talk to you guys in a day or two. We'll have some more great information for you. And if you have any suggestions, any questions that you want to ask, go on the blog, use the contact us form, and submit your questions or comments there. All right? Survivingdating.com. I'm Deborah Cooper, out.